I almost said the
go.
slice of pie. But that's a different thing.
Well, it's because we got the second slice. This is the second slice. We got our clip channel up now.
Which is, if it's on YouTube, it's
Slices
of Savage Pie.
Yeah, slices of Savage Pie. I mean, yeah, it's a thing now. We're doing stuff. We're making moves. Okay, kind of a big announcement. Today was supposed to be a debate, and my opponent ended up getting an ear infection, and I mean, that's some serious stuff. We don't want him with a mic on his head for like 45.
Yeah, 45 minutes ish.
Yeah, with an ear infection. So like that's completely reasonable. So we're just gonna reschedule, but today's still gonna be a thing. Like Mike and I are just gonna come on. We're gonna say some
stuff.
Yeah, some things and some stuff. We're gonna have a good show. We missed you guys.
Yeah.
We fucking missed you guys. 60 plus viewers. All right. Our first video went way better than I thought.
Yeah. He predicted first episode was gonna get 50 views in a month.
And we got 60 plus in a week on top of views on our clip channel. I wanna thank everybody that's involved. Like you guys are helping the movement. Like we're doing a thing. Mike made a great point last night that we're needed in the power scaling community. And I fucking agree, man. I fucking agree. A lot of these guys are stiff and wooden, man. We're not. We're bringing that hot shit and we're bringing the numbers.
We're animated.
We're fucking animated. Like Dane Cook, if we're not joke thieves, let's go. Come on. We're like genuinely funny, I think.
Yeah. Speaking of animation, though.
Oh shit. Okay, You want to tell them? You tell them.
Okay. So we ordered our actual like custom avatars. So we're still using the ones that we created like end of last year.
Yep.
But we ordered we actually got someone to do avatars, and we should be getting them tomorrow, right? I think it's tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow's the 9th, right? If today's the 8th, then tomorrow's the 9th?
Tomorrow is the 9th.
Okay.
Yes, I had to look that up.
Me too. I was just going to my phone. So, yeah, tomorrow we got some big things coming. We have our avatars coming out, which is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they look like. Like, the artist is really excited to work with us. We're really excited to work with her. And the next move is the logo. And then it's just going from there.
Yeah.
It's literally just going from there. This is such a fun project.
Yeah, super fun. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing what those look like.
Yeah, well, you have history with her.
No, this not this one. This one's new.
No, the logo.
Yeah.
No, Mike has history with the logo maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's worked on some of his other projects.
Yeah, she did my. I don't think it's on the channel, but on my channel I have it, which is the Pie Truck Studios logo.
Yeah, the Pie Truck Studios.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
So, for the debate that we had prepared, we had gone through, well, mostly Brandon here. He went through a ton of manga and stuff. And so we thought, since we're not going to do the debate, what we'll do is we won't talk about the versus things. We'll just talk about the anime that we went over last week.
And some of the ridiculous shit that I've read in Baki and Kengan to prepare for this thing. I mean, not so much my points, but I have a pretty hilarious sidebar. And
of just things that happen.
Yeah, and Mike and I are going to go over them, and then we can pull up scans. Actually, do you want to pull up...
Pulling up scans is difficult. I haven't figured it out yet.
Yes, okay. So
I could do it, but we'd probably have to download them ahead of time, and I don't want to be doing that while we're streaming.
That's fair. So the next time we're gonna be pulling up scans, and we're gonna be a lot more interactive as we go, because we're learning. We just learned a new thing last night. Before we get into this stuff, we just learned a new thing last night. We downloaded some software.
Oh yeah, so I might as well talk about this because it had me furious last night trying to figure it out. So for the debate, there's two of us, and we're in the same room. And we're using the same computer to stream this and do everything. And the issue that we were having is that we couldn't both listen to the other person at the same time. And so I was like just beating my head off a wall, for lack of a better term, trying to figure out how I can set that up in Windows, installing like custom drivers and stuff for Windows and everything, and I probably spent like 2-3 hours on it.
Yes.
And then I just went, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to get a third-party software and see if that works. And then I figured it out in 15 minutes. I was so mad.
It really threw him off for, like, the rest of the day. He's like, okay, I'm done with this. Like, I got it now, but, like, I hate that I got it this way. He's distraught.
Yeah.
I've never seen him distraught like that before. For real.
Tech sucks.
It was a project inside a project inside of a project. But it was still awesome.
Yeah, we got it working. We got 2 headphones working off the same computer. With the mic working and us being able to listen to system audio while recording system audio, all this stuff.
Yep.
I'm sure if you stream, you've probably had similar issues to this in the past, so I'm sure you can relate.
It's so much easier than trying to like reconfigure it from the laptop across.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just we found an easier solution, and then there's a harder way to do the easier solution, and we're just not willing to do that.
Yeah.
So,
one other thing I just thought we'd mention, since we're still talking about technical stuff. Right now, you might notice that we are streaming on Twitch live. We're live this week.
Oh, yeah, this is the thing. We're fucking live. I forgot about that.
You just completely forgot?
Yeah, 100%. I woke up, got spooked, smoked a bong. Now I'm like, okay, I forgot that we were live.
Yeah, but, so we're actually live, and we kind of want to know, this is going to come up somewhere, but where we should stream. Because we do have 2 options. We have YouTube and Twitch. We're on Twitch today because I found out last night while I was setting everything up that YouTube needs to have 24 hours to verify your account before they let you stream live. And I'm like, oh, I don't have enough time to do that.
Yeah.
So we just went, forget it. We'll go to Twitch. But I do actually want to know where people want us to stream the live videos from. If they want it to be on Twitch or YouTube. Because I know there's going to be some people who say one, some people who say the other. And I kind of want to get a general consensus of where people want to see us.
Yeah, no, I like that idea.
Because we have the option for both. We can do Twitch or we can do YouTube.
Yep. But we can't do both at the same time.
At least I don't know how to do that.
Whoa.
I think it's possible, but I have no idea how to do that.
You know what? Don't listen to anything I say, okay? So I have this thing with Mike. Whenever Mike just says shit, I say, yeah, that tracks. Because he's my smart friend. So, like, I just kind of go with it, right? But more times than none, I'm pretty sure he's fucking right. So just whenever he says stuff, just go with it, bro. It's a lot easier than learning that you were wrong later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking you're smart and being smart are completely different. And, like, you don't want to be that guy thinking you're smart. Me, bro. You don't want to be me. You want to be me. That's why you get a numbers guy, bro.
Yeah.
Well, so we got some fun shit today. What do we have today, Mike?
We've got the 2 sides of the debate, the 2 anime that you've been reading, and manga you've been reading, and anime you've been watching. We've got Kengan and we've got Baki.
Yes.
And I think we start with Baki.
Okay.
Personally.
What are your impressions of Baki?
Me specifically?
From what you've
seen?
From
what I've seen?
Yes.
Looks ridiculous. It looks all over the place and kind of a lot of fun.
Like, not Berserk level fuckery.
No. But it is very... I don't even... It's I was going to say, it seems very realistic, but it doesn't seem realistic at all. It's... What do you call it? Like... It's very bombastic. That seems like a good word to describe it.
Yeah, I respect that. Yeah. Yeah, and all over the place. You said all over the place? That's exactly fucking it. And...
You've been reading the section that has Pickle in it. Pickle's one of the characters from Baki.
Yeah, I've been reading the Pickle Wars, and I mean, that's a whole thing. I learned a lot about this guy. I learned that Pickle has a big, stupid, thick, reinforced neck, so you can't just straight up kick his head off.
Yeah.
I learned 4,001 years of martial arts did not mean anything against a fucking caveman. I learned Baki just got one-shotted, and I don't know what I learned from that, but it was crazy. I saw it, and that was the thing that happened.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Pickle versus Truck-kun.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Some people might not know what Truck-kun is. So we should probably give, like, a brief explanation of that.
Let's fucking do it. Let's do it. Let's break down Truck-kun, bro. How do we explain him, Mike?
It's the truck. It's every truck.
The fucking Grim Reaper of anime, okay? Whenever you see a kid or, I don't know, anybody. Whenever you see anybody in any anime get murdered by a truck.
Or car. Or vehicle. Oh, no, it's all different. It's just trucks.
They're all different. Yes, they're all different. There's subclasses of each. Like, Truck-kun, Car-sama, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They're all classes. But Truck-kun is the most nefarious of these motherfuckers. Truck-kun has the highest body count. And he kills without prejudice. And he always one-shots. Is that...
yeah.
That tracks?
I mean, it would. It would.
Pickle got himself in a situation where he got hit by Truck-kun with the one shot. Truck-kun took critical damage. Pickle got the fuck up, went over to Truck-kun, beat the brakes off of the thing, and then literally beat the brakes off of the thing.
Yeah.
And then goes inside of the back because he has a clause that he eats things if he beats them. And
if they fight him, I thought it was.
Yeah, if they fight him.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're worthy of like fighting him, he will beat you and eat you. And it was a fucking meat truck, guys. Truck-kun got his ass ate from the inside out. It was beautiful.
What if it was all planned by Truck-kun, though? What if Truck-kun planned to send a meat truck to Pickle to feed him?
Wow.
What if that was the intention?
I mean, it could have been a test. Truck-kun is a deity. Just this is the first time
we should probably shout out the channel that mentioned Truck-kun. Do you remember his name?
CJ Dachamp.
Yeah.
CJ Dachamp. That guy's hilarious, bro. That guy is hilarious. But all the reactionaries that just chill to his channel, ugh, you guys are gross. Ugh. I see videos all the time, reactionary videos, guys that just have, for real, oh my god, zero talent. Most y'all reactionaries have zero talent, bro. You sit and you make oh my god faces when you watch other people's fucking videos. Yeah, make me sick, bro. Why don't you write a script, put some shit together, take some time to actually do some effort, and maybe, you know what? Maybe you and your fucking sheeple fan base will get along better, bro. But yeah, got some weak ass weirdo content, bro. I can't rate any of that. If your content is other people's content, you're gross. You're gross. Facts. Fuck off, bro. Go to TikTok.
This used to be a thing on YouTube, but I think it's really losing steam recently.
Good, because they make me mad, bro. I will fucking... I fight. Fucking fuck off reactionaries, bro. If
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'll get aggressive. Well, see, that's all that Baki shit. Another thing. So we got guys in Baki now. Katsumi, that fucking psycho. If you guys don't know who Katsumi is, he's Dappo Orochi's kid. And Dappo Orochi is this bald psycho from Baki.
Okay.
And he lost an arm for the cause. And then the Baki doctor grew his arm back.
Oh, yeah, because that's probably something we should just briefly mention is that in Baki, all mortal wounds are not permanent.
Yeah, that's
none of them. No.
Yeah, if there's a reason for, like, if there is a way for it to come back, the doctor will bring it back.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll
figure it out.
It's actually kind of ridiculous. The Kengan doctor is worse, though.
Yeah, we'll talk about him later.
Yes. Yes, fucking Kengan doctor, bro.
Yes, so you were saying about the...
Katsumi. Yeah.
Doctor grew his arm back.
Yeah, well, Doctor grew fucking Dappo's arm back. Dappo's a bit of a savage. He's got a kid that he adopted. It's Katsumi. He's been around for a while, but he's a fodder tier good guy. He's like Yamcha. You got so much potential for him, but he just never goes anywhere, and he keeps getting dunked on by everybody. Well, he finally lived up to his potential for a brief moment, and he blew his ass in half doing it. He broke his left hand, his right hand, and his left foot just to get off on Pickle. And then, I mean, he is punching at the speed of sound now, which is a thing. But his punk-ass body can't withstand the force.
Yeah, he can't withstand the G-forces of his own punches, and it just destroys his limbs when he does it.
Was it not gross?
It was pretty gross, actually. The anime is surprisingly graphic when it shows you.
Yeah.
I keep calling it anime, the manga. My bad, guys. There's gonna be people in the comments who just rage about that.
Yeah, I know, but then you're gonna get some sci-fi shit right, and you're gonna get the math right, and they're gonna forgive you.
You're assuming that the people who care about anime and manga being two different things are the same people who like sci-fi math.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's just hope they give you a pass on that then. Well, either way, I'll fight. Either way, I'll fight. But yeah, Pickle is a fucking nightmare, guys. Like I don't think. I mean, I was so dead set on how I was gonna present my points against Pickle. And the more I was reading about him, I was like, "Oh, he's a fucking nightmare factory." when he taught himself martial arts in a little bit without
being able to speak any languages.
Yeah,
because he's a caveman.
He's a caveman. He still hasn't talked.
Yeah.
Yeah. He roared after he bit off what's his face's arm, Katsumi. After he bit off his arm, he roared.
That's communication, I suppose.
Yep. Oh, and he knows how to pray, too.
What?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of weird.
Yeah. Him and his cave people, bro, they fucking prayed to meteors and shit. And
volcanoes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Baki logic.
Yeah.
So the deeper I got into these chapters, the more fuckery I found with Baki. I love the series. I'm so in love with the series. It's really something to read, especially from like early on. I remember early on how well it was done when I was a kid. Baki looked sick, and then it just got it. I mean, not like the biggest fan of the Netflix animation, but it does its thing.
You know what? Since we've watched both Kengan and Baki, and they both have the same problem, which is that they're done by Netflix, and Netflix has this thing.
Tell them.
Okay, so
tell them about the 3D bullshit.
Yeah, so
and tell them how you taught me about them.
Yeah, so I don't know when this definitively got popular, but the first time I noticed it, which is the 3D animation, but stylized in a way to make it look like anime. The first time I noticed it was in Ruby. And so every time I see it, I'm like, oh, we get this now because Ruby did it. That's always what I think. I'm like, Ruby, it did it. It was popular. Maybe it might have been in Japan before that. I don't know. But like Ruby's the first time I noticed it. And so now every time I see it, I'm like, this is what we get for Ruby being popular. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I'm okay if you want to make a 3D animation and stylize it like to kind of look like an anime. That's fine. The problem is when you take 3D animation that is stylized to look like an anime and you put it in an anime with 2D animation mixed in. So you have 2D animation and 3D animation, and it constantly switches back and forth between them. And it's just so noticeable because this is something that I say just about animation in general. If you want something to be cheap and look good, you use 2D animation, because 2D animation doesn't show its cheapness as much as 3D does. And I say 3D is one of those things where if you have a lot of money to dump into it, it will look amazing. Like, you look at some of the animations that come out of, like, DreamWorks and Disney, like Zootopia, Kung Fu Panda, and then you've got, like, Tangled and all those animations. They look amazing, and it's 3D animation. But it's 3D animation that's done with a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And then when you take...
Well, and, like, good studio direction.
Yeah, it's good studio direction, exactly. And it's one of those things where no matter what you do with 3D animation, it will never look like 2D animation. It will always look like 3D animation, and it's jarring when you constantly are switching between them. It has to do with a lot of, like, tweening and stuff.
Well,
you know what?
No.
Tweening is, I think that's the term for it. It's when you have animation that... Because with a manga, every panel is drawn individually. right? Not manga, sorry, anime. With an anime, every panel is drawn individually, or every frame. Every frame is drawn individually, and so the movements are all kind of very methodical, and they're very minimalistic. But when you do a 3D animation, what you do is you say, here's one keyframe, which is like a pose, and then here's another keyframe, which is a pose, and then it's called tweening, you tween in between, and it basically fills out the rest of the frames. And so because of that, you don't have any dead frames that are similar to another frame. So you get this difference where you have almost like a different frame rate between the 3D animation and the 2D animation. And this also has to do with how like animes typically run. They typically run in something called triple frame, which is every single frame of animation is repeated for 3 video frames, so that it reduces the number of images they have to draw. And in 3D, you can't really do that effectively to get the same kind of visual effect. And so it's always noticeable when you switch between like 2D animation and 3D animation. And it honestly, in my opinion, and in Savage's opinion as well, it looks worse when they do it.
I didn't even really give it... Okay, so from an artistic standpoint, I didn't really pay much attention to it when I was watching. Because the first time I got it pointed out to me was Berserk. The Netflix Berserk. I knew because I fucking hated it. And I was asking Mike why. I was like, why do I hate this? Why do I hate this? What the fuck is wrong with it? Because we rewatched the 97 version again, and I was like, why the fuck do I hate the Netflix version? What is wrong with it? I don't get it. I just something about it. Like, obviously there's liberties that they took with the story.
Yeah, but we're talking specifically about the animation right now.
Yeah, but like exactly, and there was something that I couldn't put my finger on. And then you showed me scenes. We just kept rewatching scenes, and you're like, it's because of stuff like this. Like the Zod scene where they do that stupid fucking pan.
Yeah,
and it goes
the spinning
from 2D,
pan.
It goes from 2D to 3D in the pan.
No, it was the whole pan was 3D.
Yeah.
But they used the pan. It's like they do this rotating like pan around the scene to kind of give like a visual of the fight, but it's something it's so, like, when I watched it, I'm like, this is, I want to use the word oh my goodness, I can't even pronounce it. Superfluous. Superfluous. Anyways, it's over the top and excessive for the sake of being over the top and excessive. And when I saw it, I'm like, the reason they're doing this is because they have a 3D set to do it in. They wouldn't do it if it was 2D animation, because 2D animation to do that shot is very expensive and difficult. But in 3D animation, it's super easy and super cheap. But doing it, there wasn't a purpose for putting that shot in the scene. It didn't set the mood or anything. It was just, let's have a stop in the fighting and spin the camera because we can.
Yep. Straight up. It was so unnecessary. And they took so many weird times to add the 3D in. And then didn't really, like... They could have did the whole remake. They could have did the whole remake in 2D and it would have been just fine. Yeah.
Or they could have went all out and just did the whole thing in 3D, and then it wouldn't have been noticeable.
Yeah.
Because like
then it would have looked like fucking...
I was watching it and I was like, wow, this actually looks really good. And then, you told me, yeah, that's because it's 2D again. I'm like, oh my goodness. All the 2D scenes look better than the 3D scenes, and that's a problem.
They look so bright and vibrant, and the sprites look active. How do the sprites in 2D look more alive than fucking 3D sprites? They just look dead.
Exactly.
It's like Kengan, the sprites look great.
Yeah, actually.
But then when they do it in Baki, they look dead. They look like they're fucking dolls on the screen.
I never actually got to a point in Baki where they had 3Ds.
I'll show you the Dorian fight, and you will hate it.
Yeah, okay.
You will hate it. You'll absolutely hate it. Do you want me to actually pull it
up? No, don't pull it up right now.
But yeah, the Dorian fight looks gross. Like, Baki just looks... He looks like they put fucking miniatures on screen. And but the animation... Yeah, like, the 3D animation is not a move. And unless you're going to do it right.
Exactly. And... I would just say it's Netflix being cheap. They're trying to save money on shots. They want better shots and they want better animation for certain scenes, but they don't want to pay for that animation. So they use 3D to cheap out on those shots. Because, like, I mean, again, the like when they did it in Kengan, it actually did look pretty good. But Kengan, they were using it specifically for scenes where they needed to use it. Yeah. They were using it for the fight scenes because in the fight scenes, and I was actually surprised because I'm like, out of like compared to Berserk, this is much less noticeable.
I know.
Like Kengan did an actual pretty good job of mixing the two. I still think they should have went just either full anime or full 3D, but they did do a good job of mixing though.
Yeah, because they kept the 2D backgrounds with Kengan.
Yeah. It wasn't 3D sets; it was 2D sets.
2D sets, and the 2D sets throw off the.
Yeah, it makes it feel more like it's an anime because again, when you have 3D, and that's the thing I've seen animes doing this too, which is 2D characters on 3D sets, and I'm like, don't do that either.
No. No.
It's even more noticeable than the other way around.
I was going to ask you, are we going to do death battle predictions?
Well, we can't because the season's over, but we could. I mean, I would be okay with that if we wanted to. Well, we could do death. I mean, we did it. Well, we weren't live then, but we predicted we did a prediction for the Popeye fight, and that turned out great for us. Air quotes.
It's literally a meme now. It sucks, dude. Oh, I hate it. But let's do it. Let's ramp up. Let's start doing some death battle predictions.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun with it. Yeah, for sure.
When that death battles that we actually care about.
Yeah.
If it's two characters that neither of us really know much about, like if it's Street Fighter versus Capcom or something.
I mean, I know Street Fighter.
I don't know either of those things.
Really?
No, not really. I know the characters in Street Fighter, but I don't know anything about them. The
cool thing is the lore is really short and easily accessible, so it's hard. Like it's
That's actually a good point. Wasn't like I saw that like the movies were put on one of the games for free or something? Yeah.
Yeah, on Street Fighter Turbo, if you beat the game, you had like an option. I believe it was Street Fighter Turbo. There was like an option at the end of the game where you could use in-game currency to or if you just beat the game, you had access to the movies at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool, and I think that game development studios, if you're listening, bring that back.
100%.
Bring back free content that we earn by beating the game.
Yeah.
And then just have people pay for it if they don't want to beat the game.
Straight
there you go. Now you have pay-to-win content.
Basically, do what they do with shonen games. Give you the option to pay for it, but if you want to grind it out, grind it the fuck out.
Yeah.
And that works out for players. We've been doing that system since we were kids, and it's never failed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, like that's.
I always liked it.
It's one of the things where it's like kids these days. I feel old.
I know. Amen, right?
But
lazy motherfuckers.
It's everything now. Everything can be bought in a video game.
But you can't even say kids. We literally have a friend that's like that. That's the lazy, big dude. Lazy. He's just lazy about it. Love him, but he's lazy about it. He doesn't want to do it the hard way. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's been about 30 minutes. We probably should talk about the. Do we have anything else to talk about Baki, or did we pretty much cover everything?
I mean, other than the fact that like, in terms of feats of strength, like, I've never. Well, okay. The guy that taught. Well, not really taught Katsumi. Retsu taught Katsumi how to use the technique. The Kaio that taught Retsu and also taught Katsumi the technique, the Mach Punch technique.
Yeah.
Can also use it at will.
Okay.
But he doesn't break his limbs.
Yeah, that would be a definite advantage.
So there are just, and this character also fought Yujiro Hanma.
Okay.
So I have reason to believe that like fighters have just been punching at the speed of sound for a while.
In Baki. This is older, like Baki too. This is like.
Kind of.
Like.
Well, towards the end.
Oh, okay.
The Pickle Wars is towards.
Okay.
Kind of towards the end. But like, yeah, I think I have reason to believe at least So Yujiro has been able to do it for a while. If guys that are fighting him are hitting him, and he's trading with guys that are punching at Mach speed, I have reason to believe that it's been a thing for a while.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna go up.
Oh yeah.
Possibly, right? Like.
Yeah. We probably maybe a bit later, but we could probably talk about power scaling later today. But that might end up taking up a lot of time.
We could do a power scaling episode.
Yeah.
But we'd have to pick
something specific to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's come up with a topic.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll come up with a topic.
We'll probably do that one later.
Or you know what? We might even do like a mock versus.
Oh, like a mock versus? Like just
you and I do like you and I.
Yeah, but that's a bit different from power scaling. Like when I say talking about power scaling, sorry, not power scaling, power creep. I said the wrong thing.
Oh, power creep.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we
have a segment on power creep.
We could definitely have a segment on power creep. I have a lot of shit to say.
Yeah.
A lot of animes got dead that way. A lot of animes got thrown down the shitter because of it. A lot of manga should just stop being written because of power creep.
Yeah, but for now, we probably should get into the Kengan stuff. Because there's probably a lot to talk about there.
Whoa. The crazy shit... The crazy shit with Kengan is there's a lot of things that happen off screen.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's true.
A lot of things that are alluded to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Fang and Wakatsuki. That was a fight.
They don't show that?
No. That is nowhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm gonna read all of Omega to see if there's a fucking flashback.
Yeah. So we should probably talk about the Kengan tournament, because that's part of the anime show. We were talking about the anime earlier. And the anime covers the first round and the beginning of the second round of the tournament. And so what I did, immediately after we watched the end of what's on Netflix, I'm like, okay, based on actual like story progression and character relevance and stuff, who's gonna beat who in all of the rest of the matches?
Yeah.
In the tournament.
Yeah, Mike just started going through the brackets, and you know what? I know my guy's gonna lose, but the guy I want to win the tournament isn't gonna win the tournament either.
Because they put him up against Fang.
They put him up against Fang.
Again.
No. Wakatsuki fought Fang. It's Wong Kaolong.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry. Wong Kaolong fought Fang.
He's fighting Fang.
He's fighting Fang.
Yeah, he's fighting Fang next. Wakatsuki already fought Fang, and Fang won somehow.
Yeah.
And just saying, Wakatsuki punched a guy.
Once. He one-punched a guy.
And punched his insides outside.
And punched him into a wall and broke the wall.
Smashed the wall. Launched him.
That was all with one punch.
With one punch. And he's just in the tournament.
Yeah. He's just there.
And there's so many guys that just can't do that. Like, I don't even know if Wakatsuki can fight. I'm just going to assume that he can.
Yeah.
And he did that to that guy out of spite.
Yeah. And what I said is, like, Wakatsuki is probably being built up to be the guy who fights Oma, right?
Yep.
And so the person that's in his bracket is the wrestler. They're in different fights right now, but what I'm saying is that the wrestler's probably going to win his fight and then fight Wakatsuki and then lose to Wakatsuki to help build up Wakatsuki.
Which is awesome, because both of those characters are great characters.
Now, mind you, I haven't read the manga, so I have no idea what actually happens. This is all predictions.
Yeah, straight up. This is just his predictions. Like
so if I'm completely wrong, let me know. But if I'm completely right, then that's just how it is.
He likes Sekibayashi. He really likes Sekibayashi, the big wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that big tough guy. Fuck. I like Sa Pang, Yoritsuka.
Oh yeah.
He's literally my favorite guy.
Yeah, just yelling. Gets into the arena and just starts yelling at the top of his lungs.
And he's so happy to be there.
Yeah, he's just like, let's do this.
What was the
guy punches him in the head and he's just like, what?
He's like, oh yeah, look at your hands messed up, isn't it, big boy, right? He like crumpled his fist
My
back.
skull is I literally like train by smashing my head into things or something.
Lethway is a trip, all right? Like, I know Lethway guys, and that is a trip. I don't know if you guys train like that, but you better not, man. You better not be
The
training.
concussions are not worth it.
If that's the reason why Dave LeDuc is doing what he's doing in Lethway, then okay, he can just have that. Like, but when the one scan of Saw Pang when he's just like 10 years old and his hands are up and he's just smiling about getting smoked in the face with a hammer, one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in an anime. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But I just love that he screams his little ass off every time he sees, you know, like Kowlon. The Kaneda thing, when Kaneda's giving him that big speech about like treating him like a warrior, and then he just stands up, he's like, give him what he wants, Kowlon! Like, gonna just fucking kill this kid.
Oh yeah, great scene.
He's ruthless.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he really makes it, but I know he's not gonna win the tournament.
Yeah, and because he's going up against, I don't even know the guy's name, I just call him Pretty Boy.
The fast dude, pretty edgy boy, Sasuke 2.0.
Sasuke 2.0.
Yeah, this dude is super fucking fast. And the best part about Saw Pang is when he seen how fast he was, he fucking screamed in excitement. He's like, this is beautiful.
He's also got that crazy technique that like twists your stinking skin.
No, that's not him. That's the long-haired guy.
Oh, right. I get those two mixed up. They look so similar.
I know. That's Satsuna dude.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the Sasuke guy is the fast guy who just like one-shot the
Mickey.
The Mickey
stand-in.
We're going to call him stand-in. Brief history of Kengan. Kengan is a fighting anime where every fighter is endorsed by a different company, and the fighter that the Sasuke guy fought was basically the stand-in for a quote-unquote Disney clone for the series.
And it looked awesome. It looked awesome. There's a big Gurkha.
Gurkha?
Yeah, the big dude. The Nintendo guy. He's a Gurkha.
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. Yeah, he's like... Yeah, big Gurkha. I mean, he's like, what, 8-9 feet tall?
Huge,
something?
bro. He's huge. And he fought Akiya, but Akiya's a cheating pussy.
Yeah.
Fuck Akiya, bro. The cop. I really... Ugh, I don't
Oh,
like
yeah.
that guy. He makes me so mad. But Kengan is a trip, and Ryan Kore is a fucking nightmare.
Oh, yeah, we should probably talk about Ryan now.
I don't know what to say about him. Because he lost some serious fights. And then, apparently, off-screen, he's just been redeeming himself. I did some reading, and I saw a thing today. What did we see today? What did Ryan do today, Mike?
Oh my goodness, no.
Oh my goodness, no.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's you don't see it coming. And I was like watching him read the anime or manga.
Yeah.
And he's going through the panels, and we're just kind of like he's just scrolling through the fight and the stuff, and then we get to the panel where it happens, and we both he stops scrolling, and then we both just like look at each other. And we're just like, that just happened.
It was fucking ridiculous.
So the guy he's fighting, so he's not in, he's in base mode at the beginning of the fight.
Yep.
Yeah, he's in base.
And
the other guy is in release, which is basically like a powered up state that they have. And then, what happens?
Basically, Ryan is shit talking this dude the whole time. And this guy is in... So Ryan, I'll just give you a little bit of backstory on Ryan's removal. He has the strongest one in his clan. And he fights this dude named Alan. And this guy also has a removal form. And it is the strongest in his clan. Now, when he does it, Ryan's family is freaking the fuck out. Because they look at the size of Alan and they're like, oh my god, his body is expanding, he's getting huge. We don't look like that when we do it. Like, they're thinking this Alan guy is going to be the biggest fucking threat ever. So he just starts monologuing monologuing at Ryan, man. Like, does his power up, goes into monologue. Ryan's still in base, and then Ryan just says, fuck off. Wasn't that?
Yeah.
Was that? It was just this big, stupid fucking monologue. I wish I could pull the scan up. You know what? Maybe we might do an edit for YouTube. We'll do an edit for YouTube, and we'll pull the scan up.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, we could probably pull the scan up.
We might be able to.
We might be able to.
We'll see.
We might. See. I mean, we're not getting monetized right now, but it might give us demonetization.
Well.
Oh wait, we could do the. We could probably do the part where he swears to stop the guy's monologue.
Yeah,
that'd be fine.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, where he's just like, fuck off, bro. That was hilarious, and I bet Alan had a theme song going too. And then this dude proceeds to go and beat the shit out of Ryan, and he's just swinging on him in his full release, like his full removal, and he's just smashing him and smashing him and smashing him, and then Ryan
starts fighting back, right?
No, he gets bit.
No, he starts fighting back before he gets bit.
He does. He smokes this Alan dude a couple times.
And then
with actual martial arts, Ryan is using actual martial arts now.
Yeah. And then Alan gets upset about that.
He does.
And then he bites him.
And then
he bites Ryan right in the shoulder.
And it is the worst fucking mistake he's ever made in his life, bro. Literally the last thing he does. Literally the fucking last thing he does. He gets Peter Jacksoned.
And that's what we're calling it. We're calling it Peter Jackson.
Yeah, if he got the fucking Peter Jackson. It's the only... Man, you guys remember King Kong? When King Kong grabbed the fucking T-Rex and ripped them shits in half, bro? Grabbed top jaw, bottom jaw, whap! And ripped it in half. It's literally what Ryan did.
Yeah, he goes into release mode. He puts his hands in the guy's mouth and just rips him in half.
And
our jaws dropped.
Yeah.
When we saw that. We're just like, oh my goodness.
Even for Kengan,
that just happened.
Even for Kengan, this is some shit.
Yeah.
This is some shit. I was like, well, yeah, alright. That guy is fucking dead.
I'm like, maybe he was imagining it. Maybe it didn't actually happen. We should read on just to make sure. And yeah, guy's dead.
Yeah. But you know what? Give it to the Kengan medical team because they still went over there to inspect to see if they can bring his ass back.
Because Kengan Medical does not care what your body thinks about physics.
Kengan Medical is Baki Medical, but on fucking steroids.
Yeah.
A dude literally got his neck snapped and he died. He restarted his heart and got his neck unbroke.
Yep.
No,
because what are stakes?
Yeah, not for fucking Baki doctors, bro. None.
No stakes.
They can't even die. They literally can't die. I mean, he did say, like, well, if that would have went a quarter of an inch fucking off to the left, I would have actually died. Yeah, fucking potato. How the fuck do you know?
I'm sure it would have never went that quarter of an inch to the left because then he would have been dead.
Then he would have been dead. 100 fucking %. What a guy, man.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah, Kengan doctors are a trip. You don't want to fight the Kengan doctors, man, because they'll literally kill you with some bullshit. You'll kill them back, and they will respawn.
Yeah, and then they'll respawn you so they can kill you again.
Yeah, you're stuck in a bracket with a psycho like fucking Wong Kao on. Like Ryan. Yeah, so Ryan, I think, is one of the craziest fucking dudes I've read in a manga in a while.
Yeah.
He Peter Jackson, Alan Wu.
Yeah, that's...
F's in the chat for Alan Wu. Because...
yeah, we're going to need some F's in the chat for Alan Wu. Man. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
He was so relevant until he was not relevant anymore.
Yeah, like fucking 15 to 18 chapters.
Yeah, was it even 15 to 18? I thought it was 5.
No, 54. From 54 to 95.
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry. He doesn't fight.
So what is that?
He doesn't fight Ryan until 95.
That's like 36 chapters? Something like that? 54 to 35?
54 to 95.
95.
That's 40 chapters.
40 chapters.
Yeah, 40 chapters. So he got 40 chapters in the anime.
And then Ryan cut that shit out.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is Ryan took the whole beating in base until he got bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he was fighting in base the entire time.
In base.
And Ryan just does this. He did that to Oma too. He did the same thing to Oma. Oma's in, it's called, what is it called for Oma?
His advance.
His advance state. Yeah, Oma's fighting him in advance, and Ryan's just taking hits from Oma's advance in his, like, just base form.
He's such a savage. He's such a savage. And then Oma admits that Ryan's just been steady beating his ass off screen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he does admit that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
In the manga.
That Ryan has more wins on him now. So that's like a fucking thing. So Oma won the Kengan match just to continuously get his ass beat by Ryan.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm actually really pleased with how the manga's turning out. That fucking scene though.
Oh yeah.
That was
just crazy. And something we were not expecting that at all.
Fuck no. Both of us were. I literally looked at Mike and he looked at me and we're like, oh no. Oh no. He did it. And yeah, and I was writing my notes because I'm like, well, this is a fucking thing that's happening. So I'm going to like update my notes. And he's like, no. Before you do that, just double check. Because he might not be dead.
He might not be dead.
And I'm like, okay, cool. So then we just go down, and then like we're going through the panels, and there's just like people talking about how dead he is, people covered in blood, and then the medical team. And we're like, oh no, he's dead.
Yeah.
Ridiculous panels. I think if we can do an edit, we'll do an edit and throw some of the skins up.
Yeah.
But
we probably should since we're talking about them so heavily.
Yeah, they look
fucking
fucking
gruesome,
dude. Jesus Christ, they look gruesome. Star Trek is a thing.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like classic Star Trek is a thing.
Oh, yeah. That's something else we did this week, isn't it?
Yeah, I learned about Star Trek, and I learned that they are not wooden.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because your only reference to Star Trek was the new film. You hadn't watched the original series.
Yeah, and fucking Zachary Quino?
What?
Is that his name?
No.
The guy that played Spock.
I have no idea.
He's Pooh S, if that is the guy. Spock is not like a fucking robot.
Yeah. Savage has been complaining about this the whole time. He's like, wow, this Spock is so much better than the new Spock in the new Star Trek series. And that was his first introduction to Star Trek. So, yeah, that's not good.
Not good. And I learned something really cool about their dynamic in the third episode.
Yeah. Yeah, they like just outright say what it is.
Yeah, without saying it. Yeah, no, they do say it. Spock says it. Spock and McCoy are having a discussion over Thasians and whether Thasians are on the planet, and because they found Charlie X, and the conversation. Wait, was that episode 5? That was
episode 3, I think.
3?
Yeah, the Charlie X episode.
Yeah, I think it's episode 3. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and yeah, they were having a discussion over Thasians and how Charlie X would still be alive, right?
Yeah, how Charlie X could still be alive if all the other Thasians were dead and the planet was basically barren.
Yeah, and what McCoy's argument was,
if there must be, he must have had some way of surviving if he was alive, even with no resources on the planet. There must be resources down there if there's a person living, and Spock is saying no. We need to look at it from a logical standpoint because.
Yeah, how does he phrase it? He says, Are you
coming at it from a logical standpoint or an emotional one?
Or an emotional one, yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what he says.
And it wasn't a wooden statement. It was just a statement. It wasn't like, are you coming at it? Like, it wasn't on some weirdo fucking Zachary Quino bullshit. It was like a line that was delivered.
It was just a delivered line. Yeah. Delivered in a normal way.
Generic way.
Yeah.
And it displayed, and then Kirk. And then Kirk immediately is like, okay, well, we already have Charlie.
Yeah. So we already have Charlie, and we need to investigate to figure out how this is possible.
Exactly.
Instead of trying to figure it out in some other way. Because the one angle was, Spock's angle was that Charlie can't be a Phasian because all the Phasians are dead and everything on the planet is dead. And McCoy's explanation was, Charlie is on the Phasians' planet, therefore he must be a Phasian, and the Phasians must have found a way to survive despite being on a barren planet. And Kirk is like, well, what we know is that we found a dude on a planet, and we need to investigate to figure out what the situation is.
Yep. Which is, I don't know.
It's a good dynamic.
Yeah, it's a fucking great dynamic. And it's displayed so well. Because we had conversations about that dynamic prior. I just didn't think it was so prevalent.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we watched the Drinkers videos.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Critical Drinker, eh?
Yeah. But, and he mentions the dynamic, and I kind of explain the dynamic to you as well. To explain, like, you know, where it comes from. But, like, once you understand, well, you don't even really need to understand the dynamic. You watch the show, and they basically outright tell you the dynamic in this episode, and it's the 3rd episode in the series.
Yeah, the only thing that you have a little bit of, like, wiggle room with is what type of character Kirk is.
Exactly.
Because either he's reckless from that point of view, or he's a steadfast captain.
Exactly. Yeah.
Either he's a guy that takes charge, or he's a guy that makes rash decisions.
Yeah.
There's only, like, 2 ways about that. But
and they actually have that dynamic in another episode later on.
And they also...
The 2 Kirks episode.
The 2 Kirks episode was fucking crazy, too.
Where you have one character that's kind of brash, but not very good at leading. And then you have another one that's good at leading, but doesn't have any kind of
social skills.
I was gonna say engagement.
Oh.
He doesn't have any resolve or decision making skills.
That was such a good episode.
It was a good episode.
Except for the lipstick thing.
Lipstick?
Yeah, the fucking when she
scratched
him. She scratched him, they switched the sides of his cheeks. Kirk got scratched and they forgot which cheek he got scratched on, so they just put it on the opposite cheek for one of the scenes, and we both like looked at it like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But the corgis!
The
Space Corgi was my favorite part of that whole thing. Big ups to Space Corgis.
Oh, you know what?
Came up with that idea, you're a fucking
we need to get F's in the chat for the Space Corgi.
RIP. F's in the chat for Space Corgi, because they did dead one.
Both.
They did both?
They deaded both of them.
No,
They deaded both of them because they tried to merge them back together.
F's in the chat for both Space Corgis. RIP. I'm so glad I didn't tell my girl that. She would have been so sad.
Yeah.
So sad. Fuck. So, we got a couple minutes left. Star Trek is a trip.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it.
I am too. I haven't watched the original series. I've watched more of the original series than I thought I did because I'm seeing like episodes that I remember, but I remember them as I'm watching them. I don't remember watching them, right?
Yeah, well, you like with your dad, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you're like seeing shit and you're like, hey, I know what this is.
Yeah, I remember this episode and stuff, but yeah, but I'm enjoying watching it too. It's like it's a what 50-year-old series? 60. It was released in the 60s, right?
Yeah, 68, I think.
Yeah, so it's, 68. So, 50-year-old series, and it still holds up, which is insane.
And it's, okay, so the shit, can I just point out, because, like, we don't, like, yeah, the shit with Kirk is way over-dramatized. Like, the, I will be back for more later, you know? That whole, like, the whole spoken word poetry thing that Kirk, like that Captain Kirk does, that's garbage.
Oh yeah, just the way he talks.
Yeah, that's not a thing. I'm actually watching the show and I'm like, where the fuck did they even get that impression?
It's what do you call it?
Hyperbole.
Yeah, it's a hyperbolic way of addressing the character because he does kind of have a subtle, like a very subtle poetic way of speaking.
Yeah.
Where he has like these slight what do you call it? Oh my goodness.
Like pitch changes?
Yeah, like pitch changes and like emphasis. That's what I was looking for. He has emphasis on like certain areas of his statements where it doesn't necessarily need to be there. But the thing is, it is very subtle. And it's one of the things where obviously if you're going to hyperbolize it, then you're going to get very kind of you're gonna get that sort of very like just robotic almost way of speaking.
Well, I'm really into the characters regardless. I like Kirk. I'm not seeing so much of Scotty. He's kind of always in the engine room.
Yeah, it's actually surprising how little of Scotty you see in the original series. He's there. He does stuff,
like he's,
and he does do the thing. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
He literally pointed it out to me.
Yeah, I'm like, there it is. There's the Scotty line. But it's not always said in that way, because if they said it in that way every single time, it would get old. But Scotty will always say, I'm doing it as fast as I can, or I can't do any more than what I'm currently doing. He says the same thing in different ways every episode.
It's amazing. I love it. And fucking Spock. The fact that Spock isn't
this wooden robotic character.
Yeah, I really don't understand where they got that impression. Like, the one thing I did notice about the remakes is this is just my impression anyway, and obviously, like, I'm new to Star Trek, so correct me if I'm wrong. But my impression is they don't know what type of Spock is. Like in the new Star Trek, they don't know if he's a human Spock or a Vulcan Spock. Yeah,
exactly, because he's supposed to be half and half, right? Yeah.
Whereas like Leonard Nimoy's Spock is clearly defined. And I know I shouldn't really use that argument because it's only been done by Leonard Nimoy and Zachary Quino.
But exactly. There's only 2 reference points.
But at the same time, where that was not like Zachary Quino's is almost an extreme. Right?
Yeah.
Like
again, it's this you see how, because this is something that happens a lot in just acting in general, is someone will see something done and they'll, instead of trying to emulate the person or character in a natural way, they'll try and emulate. They'll pick up on all the subtleties, and they'll emulate those specifically, and then it becomes a hyperbolic version of the character, where it's way over. It feels overplayed and stuff like that. Because Spock does have a very logical way of speaking and stuff, but it doesn't come out in his tone or in his voice or in his speaking pattern. It comes out in what he's saying most of the time.
Exactly. Like he's not. Yeah, like he's just not wooden.
Yeah.
Like the scene in the mess hall. Where he's playing the lute. I'm going to call it space lute.
Space lute. Where everything from Star Trek is just the space version of the thing that it is.
Yeah, straight up. That's how I'm addressing things from now on. Like the space corgis.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them so much. Hey, favorite... Okay, so F's in the chat for all the Borgs that got launched into space. But for real, that's my favorite way of people dying in fucking Star Trek. When people get just launched into space, I'm like, oh, Mike... He's gone. He's gone.
Once you see Gravity, you have a new respect for being launched into space.
No, 100%, bro. Oh my god, Gravity was terrifying.
It was.
So terrifying.
Good movie, though. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Spooky guy, though.
Yeah.
Spooky guy.
Super spooky.
You don't want to be out there like that.
Yeah. Anyways, we were talking about the space loot and Spock playing it.
Yeah. Yeah, Spock, like that scene in the mess hall when Spock's playing the space loot, and... I believe it's Ahura that's singing.
Yeah.
And he doesn't come off as like that. Okay, so I believe that Zachary Quino's character would have been kind of off-put by that situation, whereas Spock was like, I'm going to embrace this. Like, this is my situation. He understands very much that, like, his role is a security officer, which is something I didn't know Spock did. I thought Spock was something big brain. But no, he's a kung fu fucking space guy with a mind meld.
Yeah.
Which is... Legit. Spock's got a big brain and a mind meld.
Yeah.
So that whole scene kind of stood out to me.
Yeah.
It's
humanizing.
Yeah, 100%. Without him just saying like, oh, like I'm a human.
Yeah, exactly. It's, it's character. It's characterization. I was going to say character development. I guess character development. Yeah.
It is.
It's character development. It's a way of presenting an aspect of a character without just telling the audience that aspect of the character.
Yeah, 100%. And I couldn't have been happier with the episode. Like, honestly, Star Trek is really fucking good.
Yeah.
The classic Star Trek is really fucking good. Like Mike said, it still holds up, and I love going through the episodes.
Okay, so I think...
So we got a minute left.
We should probably just close up.
Yeah.
We've got we got plans for the future.
We are gonna do the debate. We're just gonna let our guy heal up.
Yeah, and we'll see if we can either reschedule that or see try and find a mutual time and all that.
Yep. So what do you guys want to do? Let us know. Like, do you guys want us on Twitch? You guys want us on YouTube?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna, for now, if YouTube's gonna be finicky, then we're just gonna do this and then post our clips on YouTube.
Yeah.
And if we catch here, we catch. But we have our avatars coming.
Yep, avatars are coming. So next episode, we should have new avatars. Probably better looking than these ones.
I mean, these guys are fucking handsome guys, though. These guys are fucking handsome guys. Oh, for real, though? My girlfriend didn't know, like, anything about our shit. Looked at our gear, remembered it, listened to the intro of the song, and picked out the words. She's like, oh my god, babe, that's your stuff. That's your stuff, your finding gear. So, yeah, fucking finding gear is gonna be a thing.
And you know what? Why not? We'll link the video in the description of the YouTube video.
Yeah,
why not?
Every time.
Every time.
Just because, like, big things. That track.
We'll link different versions of it into each one.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. We'll make a playlist of all the best ones.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a thing. Well, okay, so honestly, thank you guys for coming. It's been like such a huge experience for real. Like we got a lot of views, a lot more views on our first video.
Yeah, a lot more views than we expected. So thank you to everyone who did subscribe. Thanks for everyone who watched the videos. And I hope you enjoy the content.
This is the second slice, guys.
Yeah, this is the second slice.
I'm glad you fucking guys like it. This is a good thing. So, yeah, next episode's going to be really fun. We're going to nerd gush over some shit. Go over some Star Wars.
Yeah.
Probably have some new fucking crazy, newfangled anime for you guys. We have a segment coming on the 3-act structure.
Oh, yeah. Talking about 3-act structures. Yeah.
Which is going to be huge. I wonder what, like, I want to hear the rapport because I got some authors that I want to bring on.
Yeah.
Mike's an author himself, so we're gonna bring on some guys. We're gonna talk about authoring.
Authoring.
Yes, we're gonna call it authoring.
We're gonna call it authoring from now on. It's authoring. Okay. Am I pronouncing that right? I feel like I'm not.
Fuck it, let's go authoring. That's the next heading. We're gonna
just
put
authoring. Let's do it. Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching.
We love you guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Fucking right. Come back for thirds.